Quito, the second highest capital in the world. In this video, I will show you the best places and things to do and see in Quito. Ecuador is actually massive exporting chocolate, so some of the best chocolate comes from Ecuador. So we're doing a little chocolate tasting. You have to get at the top of Basilica. It's absolutely amazing views here, and on your way up you will find art gallery, cafe, like there's so many stuff on the way up. The stairs are quite steep, but it took us like 5 minutes, so it's not that bad. But yeah, the entrance fee is $3 for foreigners and $2 for the locals, and the views are just amazing, so definitely a must do. Another place for amazing views in Quito is Panacillo. And if you decide to come here, then definitely take a taxi up here, because the area around the monument is quite dangerous, and also there is a problem with stray dogs here in Quito. They can be actually aggressive and attack you. So best take a taxi up here and then take a taxi back. In the local market, you can find the cheapest food ever, and obviously a very, very local food, so you can try all the best local delicacies. Like here, I have tried and found fruits that I've never seen nowhere before. For example, banana passion fruit. Like, first time hear about this. Quito and the surrounding area is rich with volcanoes, so you definitely have to plan a day trip and go and visit and hike one of these volcanoes. The most popular one that the locals have recommended us, that if you can only do one volcano, do Cotopaxi. So on our way there, we just stopping at this very, very local Ecuadorian breakfast place. Well, lunch, dinner, everything. So we're finally trying some local Ecuadorian food, and this is like a corn tortilla, and actually it feels and tastes like a little cheese pancake, so it's really, really good. And we had some degustation of like the local drinks, and they are very thick, but warm and thick, but they are absolutely lovely. I'm so far enjoying Ecuadorian food and drinks so much. You don't need to pay an entrance fee. The park is completely free to enter. You will just need to register your passport details. It is actually not that easy to get at the top of the volcano. There are two phases for people to hike up, but then to get at the top you will need a special equipment, and it can be quite challenging. Here you can't really get like yourself with the public transport. You will need to organize a shuttle or go with a tour, or obviously you can rent a car and go yourself, but make sure you have a jeep or like proper 4x4 because the road is mental. It's very bumpy, and like it's actually, the rain ruins it a lot, so it can get very muddy, and with the car it can be really, really hard to get up here. So definitely make sure you have a jeep. I mean, if you can see here, all the cars are like proper jeeps, because you won't be able to get up here just like a normal car. I definitely recommend having a hat and then gloves, because my hands are freezing, my ears are freezing. It's really, really cold. There's actually snow up there, so it's quite cold. Yay, I got the hat. It's much better, honestly. You need a hat and gloves. Like, I'm filming and my hands are freezing. So we made it to this first point. There is one higher point where you can go and hike. It's like a 2-hour more hike, but I don't think we are physically and mentally ready for 2 more hours to hike up to the next point. So I think we're just gonna enjoy the views from up here, have a bit of a rest, and then we're gonna head down. But yeah, the hike is really, really like magical. It's like, you know, you're walking up the volcano. It's definitely a completely different hike than we've done before, and it's definitely much harder with the altitude. It's just so hard to breathe, so hard to hike here, but I mean, I wouldn't change today for anything. It's such a good experience. Weather today is
4,800 meters of fun.
The weather is absolutely brilliant today. We're getting the best day in to hike the Cotopaxi Volcano.
Nice and soaked.
In Ecuador, you will find the biggest market run by indigenous people where you can buy all the local goodies, wares, accessories, hats. But that market is 2.5 hour drive away from Quito. And the best day to go there is actually on Saturday. So I know it sometimes can be hard to plan that trip exactly on Saturday. So actually local people have been recommending us this other market that is smaller but as good as the big one. And it's located here in Quito Center. So you actually don't have to, you know, go away for 2.5 hours, do the whole day trip there. Because yeah, you can find some really good local goodies here in Quito Center. And that's where we are going today. We're gonna do a bit of shopping. So an amazing here in Quito is that Quito City is actually closing off some of the main roads during Sunday from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. for people to enjoy the city on bicycles. We were very lucky, our hotel was able to give us 2 bicycles, so we're just having this spontaneous Sunday bicycle ride through the Quito City, and it's absolutely wonderful and amazing. I love it. It's just such a great way how to see the city, and yeah, I've been enjoying it so far a lot. Definitely need to add this Sunday activity to your Quito to-do list. We are staying in Quito Terrace Hostel here in Quito, and it's absolutely amazing. It's an absolute digital nomad paradise because each 2 rooms have their own Wi-Fi. The rooftop is made into like this little cute garden. I mean, there is so many places where we can chill and work, and the hotel is absolutely amazing. The people here, the owners, they are just like the nicest people ever. So we absolutely love staying here, and I have no affiliation with this place. I pay about each night, and it's only $20 per night for a double room. So between 2 people, it's just $10 per night, and this place is absolutely amazing. And they have the cutest dog ever, Toby. Up and down both ways is $8 per person, which is quite expensive if you compare with other activities in Quito, but we hope it's going to be worth it. here you can see whole Quito from different viewpoints, and you can also see several volcanoes surrounding Quito. Once up here, you actually can have a nice coffee break. They have a really lovely cafe. The ambience is really nice. But now, after Colombia, I'm a coffee specialist and I can tell you that it's not the best quality coffee. It's the second tier quality coffee up here. But still, the views are nice, the ambience is nice, so you can have a coffee break up here. Okay, so I really want to comment on the weather because the weather here in Quito changes like crazy. Every time we leave the house, we have a warm jacket and a raincoat with us. And at the same time, I always have a t-shirt under my jumpers because the sun can start to come out. It can get really, really hot. So yeah, here in Quito, when you leave the house, you have to be ready for everything. So from here actually you can hike up to the volcano, or you can do some horse riding. So up here you can swing, you know, at the top of the world. You can go horse riding, you can go hiking, and many routes start from here to go and see a few volcanoes. So really, it's not just the cable car that goes up to see the views. You can spend the whole day up here. Hey, so today I'm spending a day together with Felipe and Jackie. They are actually guides here in Ecuador, but we met because of YouTube. They have a YouTube channel too, and today they are taking me to some very special places in Quito.
So guys, we welcome you to Ecuador. We are Guías Viajeros de Ecuador. So today we are going to show you a little piece of the things that you can do in Quito City.
It's absolutely crazy. This is actually active volcano. I know you expect to see lava and all that sort of stuff, but actually the land is very productive. That's why people live here and they grow loads of vegetables and fruits, and this is absolutely unique. Like, it's an active volcano here and people live here. Crazy. So this is how quickly the weather in Quito changes. Like 5 minutes ago I was in t-shirt and now I'm in a raincoat and jumper because the weather here changes every second. I have to tell you this famous monument in Ecuador symbolizing the equator line is actually not on the equator line. There are several places in Quito and Ecuador in general where you will find places where equator line is marked properly. So now we have arrived to Equator Museum because I know the equator situation can be very, very confusing. I have a lot of questions, so hopefully in this museum we're gonna find some answers. This museum gives so much good information about how like people measure days and times and years and actual the reality of equator and seasons and everything. I mean, this museum is really, really interesting. Apparently on the equator line you are able to balance the egg. I was a complete disaster and couldn't do it, but Jackie was a pro. Also, it is much harder to keep your balance on the equator line. Also, here I found out, I mean, it's logical, but I never thought about it. In Ecuador, the sun always rises at 6 a.m. and it always goes down at 6 p.m. like all year round. This sunrise and sunset doesn't change. It's all year at the same time, which is quite cool. I didn't know that. Here you also learn about the indigenous people and how they lived, the first houses here. I mean, in this museum, it's not just about the equator line, it's so much more. Actually a volcano rock, yeah? Is it
Yep.
from volcano? Okay. So what is this?
That is the lupin seed and is the main ingredient of this traditional dish. It comes from a flower, a purple flower that you can find everywhere.
Okay. Salt.
A little bit salt.
Salt.
This is corn, toasted corn.
Corn.
Just
At the okay.
This is mature corn, and this is the most young corn.
Okay.
like this is softer.
Okay. Oh. This is like banana with a corn.
Yeah, that's plantain and popcorn.
A banana. Ah, plantain, not banana. Okay. And so
Those are a mix of onions and like a salad.
Onion. Un poquito más, ya. Vale. Y tomate, ¿no? Vale. Poquito más, ¿no?
That's yours.
Me gusta tomato. Vale.
That's shrimp.
Ooh, okay. And what is the liquid?
Yeah.
It's actually the same liquid of the shrimp,
Okay, and this one is
made by tomato. It's like the sauce that we cover
like a
it
tomato
traditionally.
sauce, yeah?
This is like a ceviche.
Oh, I heard about
This is
it.
a ceviche,
Yes.
but it's a
It's
mix.
actually heavy.
It
It's
is.
hard work. Hold this volcano pot.
You're working out now.
This perfect, yep. Listo.
Listo para servir.
It actually tastes like popcorn. So it's basically popcorn with loads of stuff. I would have never thought of putting together, but together it really, really works and it tastes so good. So this is a very special dessert espumilla and you can only get in this way how it's made in this place. Casa Agave is a great place where to learn about agave and its influence on the Ecuadorian culture. The tour was really, really interesting and the tasting, of course, was the best part. Here you will learn the whole process, how from planting the agave you will get this amazing traditional drink. You definitely need to add Quito to your list. I mean, this city has so much to offer here, so much to do. You are in a city and like in 10-20 minutes you are up in the mountains, you could go hiking, you can see volcanoes. Like, this place is absolutely fantastic. I mean, even us, we knew about Quito and it was kind of on our list, but we didn't know how much Quito has to offer. So this is a really, really wonderful place to visit. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe as I have just started to travel Ecuador and so many other videos coming up.